So we've seen how to use a regression formula for 2 points. I'm going to use another example, but what I've done now is I've created a completely blank graph. So a blank screen so that we can go through a little bit more, or so we can do another one. Every time we do a regression, I'd always like you to make a blank screen unless you just reuse each piece and put new things in. But it'll be good to just do a blank one and then come up with those values as well. So what we're going to do, you just do a new blank graph, which I've already done. And then we go to the plus and we're going to put in a little table. Now, table of values just shows what pieces of information are we using. And so let's say we have a piece of, so we know that x is 100 and y is 50. And another point that we have is where x is 150 and y is 250. Okay, really big values, which is okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out so that I can see those big values. There we go. Okay, there's my values. 100, 150, and 150, 250. Okay, are those two values there. Now, if I want to figure out the equation that goes through there, I want to do it in slope-intercept form or graphic form. So I'm going to put in y, and then I'm going to do a little twiddle sign, which is up there, sorry, y1. So type in y1, little twiddle sign, and then do m, which is our slope, and then x1. And you'll notice that there's a line that goes through there already. It's assuming that our y-intercept is 0. But if we want our y-intercept, we do plus b, or plus our y-intercept, and that's going to give us our equation. So you'll notice that the line now goes right through those 2 points in a very nice form. Okay, really nice form. Where our slope is 4, so m is 4, and our y-intercept is negative 350. So this regression formula is giving us our slope and our y-intercept of these 2 points right here. Okay. Now, let's say that we have a third point that is not actually on the line. I'm going to add a third point that's going to be a little bit off. So let's say with 200, it's only 350. Okay. Now you'll notice, I'm just going to zoom out again. That one was in a different line than these are. Now what this regression does is it gives us an approximate line that goes through roughly those values. Okay, so it's what we call a line of best fit. It's a little bit different than a perfect line, but it becomes a line of best fit. If I give you any of these questions here, I'm always going to give you just 2 points, and then we put a line through there. We could always find another point that's on that line by kind of scrolling along. So these points are all right along there. We could use that, or we could do, let's say we want to figure out now when x equals 4. No, let's do 400. There we go, something that actually works. So when x is 400, what is the y value? Got to zoom out a little bit farther. This we did in the previous one. And we know that the y value is 1250. So that's something that we can use this line for now and figure out where the two are in fact meeting. So that's how we use a regression formula. This is the regression formula. It'll always be the same thing with linear functions. In a following unit, we're going to take a look at quadratics and how that works. And then what we do is type in a bit of a different function.